Okay, says it's live on my phone. So, YouTube pleasantries at the start. Hello to all time travelers watching this. I am Tidbit. I do voices, I play games, I design stuff, I do art, and we are currently playing through the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. We are currently on the last game, Spirit of Justice, in the middle of case number 3. We are dealing with the murder of Abbot in me. Let's get this on the road. Oh, my phone is not muted. Whoops. And I believe Phoenix is who we are this time. May 12th. High Court of Khura'in, Accused Lobby.
Sorry, Maya, but this was the only way. You sure you're up for this?
Thanks for believing in me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet.
Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%. I know you can do it, Maya. At least, I hope she can. So, you sure you're ready?
Yeah, at least I think so.
You don't sound so confident. What about all your training?
Training's one thing. Actually doing it is another.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead.
Relax, Nick. You can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you never forget.
Is there actually going to be a transformation sequence, or will we have to, cover our eyes and boom, you're the priest? Okay. I just hope it's unforgettable in a good way.
Once we hear Abbot Imi's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light.
I hope so. But he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt he'll be as cut and dried as all that. They're ready for you. Please return to the Hall of Justice at once. Okay, Maya. I'm counting on you.
You got it. Here we go. Oh, no.
May 12th, High Court of Khura'in. Room the only one.
We have received official approval for the accused to channel a spirit today. Now, if you will, Miss Fey, please proceed. Yes, your majesty. I can't believe this. Only the queen should channel spirits. Execute them. Put them to death right away. Death, 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 death.
Come on, Maya. I'm counting on you.
I have been studying here in Khura'in for 2 years now, so that one day I will be the master of Khura'in, a village of spirit mediums back home. But first, I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom.
Wow, she seems really confident. Wow, really good transformation there. You look just like Rafa. Oh.
A Nepho Knight practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit. Okay, your benevolence. How about this? If I succeed, you will stop calling me a neophyte. Very well, if you succeed. Oh, I will. Just you watch. Ooh, animation! Oh, spirit of trust in me, slumber on, return now to the world of the living. There it is!
What is this place?
Oh my! No! This can't be!
Purakura! It's the high priest.
The accused really can channel spirits!
I don't believe it. The accused spiritual power is the real deal. Go Maya.
Huh? Audio issues. Sounds like I'm a video game character in a TV show. How about now? This ain't good. This is not good at all. There you go. Okay, so, since between now and last time I streamed, I did a whole bunch of shenanigans with the Jamboree crew, and we were fucking around with my OBS. So I feel like that's what happened. But if it seems fixed, then I have fixed it. Thanks for the catch, doll. Now I need to see what the beginning of this stream sounded like when we're all done. I'll write a note. Stream for audio issues. Fun. Alright.
Go Maya.
I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply can't be. I must step out now before I forget myself. A bot in me!
Would this be the Twilight Realm? Of what this is and what of this luxurious mane of hair? Is it perhaps a gift from the Holy Mother for decades of faithful service?
A bot in me?
My, but if it isn't his majesty, I don't...
Okay. I'm trying to actually recover what voice I was giving the wife that was impersonating Tarust.
And it was just kind of calm. Have you too shuffled off that mortal coil?
Please do not count me among the dead. It is only you who has passed on. But the spirit medium, Maya Fey, has brought you back among us today.
But what? Acolyte Faye has mastered the secret art of spirit channeling?
Make the impersonation awful. Like the wife didn't even listen to her husband.
Then I will go for a more aged man. Yes, I do actually like doing this voice. It's fun. I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks.
When I pass from this world, I too hope to be channeled with a full head of hair. Though it be for the briefest of moments. I give thanks for this splendid coffee. Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit too snug for my tastes. If you would excuse me. There. That is better. His boob's too big. Also, game audio. Can't hear. Oh. Okay, how about now? Ay, 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 ay. His ribs have such a sharp angle. Yeah, he is extremely, like, he's got the shoulders of being fit, but then the body doesn't match that. He's weirdly constructed. And also, this is proof that it's just like, it is a full body transformation with tattoos, even.
Could we get to his testimony now? And I'd wish he kept his top on. I have female-presenting nipples. That is why the hair is here. Why? You are that foreign lawyer the people speak of as of late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have I been summoned here?
Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. Topless Maya. Just like the old days, right, Nick? Spring break. But you have been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf?
I have been accused of murder? That is troubling indeed. Hey! What is with this crazy pose? Is this really cause for such astonishment?
Tiny shoes.
No, just big feet. Even the lowliest of monks can achieve such body control with the proper training. Oh, I wonder if Alpi will be able to do that someday.
His arm is the most impressive part. Will the defense please explain the situation to the High Priest?
I'd be happy to. Your disciple, Perez-a-Lot, has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite. And the crime occurred in the rebel hideout hidden within the inner sanctum. An acolyte zealot. Has he been killed? Who would do such a thing? Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you, Abat-Yami. After all, weren't you secretly a rebel?
The 3D modelers are really just being like, hey, look, we can bend the body and still make it look like a body. Kinda.
Oh, dear. That's still Maya's body. I hope he doesn't break anything.
He's not questioning a defense attorney. Well, he kind of did, of just like, wait, this is the Hall of Justice, and you're that weird attorney I've heard about. What? Where am I? What is going on? Why is there an attorney? Oh my gosh, look at that arm. Did he? Yeah. He's still worthy of our affection, if he even is dead. Praise to the Holy Mother.
Oh my. Have my rebel alliances been exposed?
Yeah.
Hmm? Why? You are that foreign lawyer that people speak of as of late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have I been summoned here?
This is him being like, wait, you're that foreign lawyer, but how are we also in the Hall of Justice? The arm is like bent.
I got this arm from Pride Month, because this sure as hell ain't straight.
If you stuck your arm behind, but twisted it enough to have your hand face the other way. Yeah. I can kind of do that, but the farthest I can get to is like my spine by putting my palm. And definitely not that high enough that you can see it over my shoulder.
Not even my wife knew of that. Wink, wink. It seems to rest in peace is not my fate.
You know what? I kind of can. Why did you, a devout priest of Kharinism, join the rebellion?
Objection!
The High Priest has come back to us for but a brief time, defense. Shall we not cut to the chase and ask the most pressing questions? Oh, right. Abbot inni, the prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zealot to be Maya Fey, who had been playing the role of Lady Kira in the rites.
Being that I was dead until just a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy.
Could you please do your best to remember? Maya pops in like, I could keep him here for like years if you wanted. Talk about your queen. But I can keep him here indefinitely. Oh, I don't know about your queen, but I can keep him here indefinitely. They only knew one channelers. Yeah, it's just like, oh, it's so stressful. No, I'm just freaked out by the dead. I don't actually want those people piloting my body.
Objection!
The High Priest says his memory is hazy. It is all coming back to me. It is as Prosecutor Said Mahi concluded. I was slain by none other than Maya Fey.
The High Priest's statement has proven my assertions with regards to his murder correct.
No! But what about Acolyte Zealot? You were the one who killed him, weren't you? I know not about my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own.
An alibi? Seriously?
It seems the testimony the defense had been hoping for is working against him. Now, Abbot in me, your testimony, if you please.
Yes, of course.
In old monk, brought back from the dead. No meat on their bones, but stories to tell. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon, on the day before the rite, I was entertaining guests at my home. And I believe my guests can corroborate this.
You had guests? Just past noon. That's right about the time Zealot was murdered. Wait a minute. We haven't said when Zealot was murdered. How does Abbot and me already know what time is ironclad? Are you sure about that?
Absolutely. Come to think of it, Rafa told me about a spirit's memory.
You did. You said he was murdered. You may not have said the time. That's what I'm talking about. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death.
So, even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time. Between the moment of its death and the moment it's channeled?
Yeah, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life.
The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the riot, I was entertaining guests at my home, and I believe my guests can corroborate this. Only a 3-point testimony. How quaint.
Hold it!
You use the word alibi as if it were second nature. Are you perhaps mocking me? Or is it perhaps the kingdom of Khorine itself you wish to ridicule? Come on, everyone and their grandma knows what alibi means.
We're not a bunch of country bumpkins here. We got plenty of TV.
Peace, 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 I say! Mr. Wright, would you care to clarify your last statement?
Nick deserved that one. Please, don't take it the wrong way. It's just, alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally.
Although, also, they don't have defense here, so, like, alibis wouldn't come up much. Yeah. That just means everyone has petty crimes that they don't bring to the high court where you can die. They just have, like, bickering crimes of just like, hey, I had an alibi last night. It wasn't I who ate your sandwich. But that's not where Nick's at. He's just like,
You used a very specific term.
I assure you, I know how to use the term.
He's just like, priests.
You do realize priests here are the most educated people in the land. Why do you think Albie is trying to be a monk?
It's really not that specific.
In fact, I even had hoped for a chance to do so one day.
No one gets to go to court, and when you do, you get to go to court once, so you gotta make it count.
I suppose that even I, a high priest, am not immune to such trivial worldly attachments.
Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. It's almost as if he prepped himself for something like this. He's a rebel.
hold it!
Guests, and you were entertaining them personally.
That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation.
He said guests could corroborate his alibi. It can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you misremembered.
Ha! Do not doubt my mnemonic faculties.
What is going on?
I may have died, but my memories up to that point are crystal clear.
Sorry. He's pretty thin-skinned for a priest. Though, I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory.
A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death.
So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moments of his death and the moments of its channeling.
Yeah, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life.
There's nothing better than enjoying Gingil cuisine with dear friends. That way, everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous. Malodorous.
Need to break down the word, figure out what it's talking about.
Right. Apparently, my host here does not know the word malodorous. It was very difficult getting it out of my face.
Hold it!
And who exactly were your guests that day? Don't tell me they were rebels, so they can't be called here to testify. It was none other than His Majesty, along with his family. He couldn't attend the right due to work, so he stopped by ahead of time. My, how his daughter has grown. Wait a second.
Let me set the record straight right now. I am not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal aborting me. This is like referring to him just like, thank you for that meal, Captain Davy. You're not using his name, you're using his title name. Lady Emmy's cooking simply cannot be beat.
So, there you have it. When exactly was His Majesty at your home?
Father McGallagher, Sister Anne. Yeah, that's how you do it. I've never had to talk to priests like that. Never had to really talk to someone who would call themselves a man of the cloth. He was just called Pastor Dave. Monsignor Al. What is that?
He was there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Where's that book? Finished by 3 p.m. the same day. Frick! It's like top priest of a church.
Indeed. Precisely the time period within Acolyte Zealot, which Acolyte Zealot was slain.
Yes, and we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Kachu Demol.
But
I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the high priest's home. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch them all.
my guests that day were His Majesty and his family. They visited from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Do I throw the autopsy report at him? Who do you think their favorite Pokemon are? I legitimately want to do that now. Try and figure out little Pokemon teams for all the different Ace Attorney characters. I know there's a Pokemon that has like a righteous sense of justice. And I want to give that to Phoenix, but I can't remember it. The only one that I'm thinking of is Galarian Farfetch, but I know it's... Oh, just Tarrust and the Magistry. Tarrust probably likes... It's not Shenfu. Mao Shen? Malfu? Gen 5 little tiny monk Pokemon. The later evolved looks more animal-like and has, like, long sleeve hands. And then the Magistry, I imagine the Magistry would like Tinkaton, because hammer. Oshawott, and one that has long hair. Oh yeah, Samurott has a sense of justice.
Hold it!
Your Majesty, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate?
As sure can be. Oh, how wonderful it is to finally have my actions be admissible as evidence in court.
His Majesty was at my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime.
How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you were using was off, or you misread the time?
Rules! There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact time as my watch.
Now do you understand, lawyer? As you can see, my alibi is airtight. Or do you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zealot? Is Magistry's a witness?
Are you satisfied now? There is not a single discrepancy in Abut Imi's alibi. Don't you know I prepped this witness before we actually showed up? I had to talk to the queen herself so that we could do this.
If I give up now, it's all over.
Now hold on a second.
Is there something or anything wrong with the High Priest's testimony?
There is.
There is a discrepancy in the High Priest's testimony.
There is? Well then, perhaps you could explain what it might be.
This is what's wrong with his testimony. The prayer feast was short. He's too friendly with the judge. He knew the time of the crime. Abat Imi was channeled. No one ever stated what time Acolyte... Wait. After Abat Imi was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered.
Now that you mention it...
Despite that, you claim to have an alibi from 2 to 3. That means you knew that Acolyte Zealot was dead when you were still alive.
Oh, that's good. That's great. I love that. Little do they know, Meyer figured out how to puppet the dead herself, and is just making things believable before letting Nick win.
Wait, I think I saw something just now. No, I must have been imagining things.
So, tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed?
About that, open your heart.
Why, we've been blessed with the High Priest's sacred words of prayer, which were,
Open your heart. Let the Holy Mother in. All who serve her holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their souls.
Thanks, Sonic!
Open your heart. Let the Holy Mother in. Purge your mind of greed and bias.
I feel as if my very soul has been cleansed.
You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it can't make a contradiction disappear. We're in a religious state. It can. How can you be so sure? What is that supposed to mean? This lawyer seems to think little of the power of grindest prayer. Huh?
サトライマオマどもさましで足し抜けたれがせよそのか
It may be a bit early to open the tea, but I'm thirsty. Ooh, the raspberry really mixes well with the pretzel peanut butter I just had. Very nice flavor profile.
Abat Imi was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home.
What? You never cease to amaze, prosecutor. As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enabled me to instantly learn of anything unusual, even when I was not there.
Remember, the rebels had been using this as a top-secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus.
Wait, come to think of it, when I was searching the rebel hideouts. Huh? There's something under the banner. A microphone? What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? That was a listening device.
First, you tell me you're neither male or female. And then you tell me you have dozens of marriages. And now this. Haha! What's next?
It starts recording whenever it detects movement. And I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and his family left. If you look in the desk of my study, you will find the tape in question.
All right then. Bailiff, go confirm the time of death.
Your Majesty!
Go retrieve the tape in question from the High Priest's home.
At once, Your Majesty! The power of grindest prayer. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it now.
It's like the contradiction really did vanish.
We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. That's how things operate. You can only know of what is inside the box by opening the box. You understand? In the meantime, I would ask Abbot in me to continue with his testimony.
If I just refuse to speak, then Maya is going to die. So I'm going to do that.
Very well. I heard everything. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise, followed by haunting silence. I have to find some way to attack his alibi. If only Maya were here.
Damn. Damn, that hit me in the feels. He really cares about Maya's input. He cares about what she has to say. And she's not here when he needs her. Oh.
She has a way of putting me at ease. See? Even my mental thoughts have lost a bit of the gravel. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out.
She hasn't been here for almost 3 games. Yeah, but she was there for the 3 games before that. She's like one of Nick's closest friends. Just pull out Anime Girls on your phone. Oh, how rude.
Though the High Priest was a rebel, he was still a Khura'inist holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning, lest you invoke the ire of our people.
It's all Nick needs here. True. He just needs someone. He hates being alone. How dare he suspect the High Priest?
May the Holy Mother strike him blind! As if this wasn't hard enough already.
I really want to see a moment. I don't know if this is going to happen. It'd be cool if it did. Of where next time he looks over, he's like... He looks over and it's like Maya. And it's just like, Maya, what do you think? And it's just like, what? Barbed head, why did you call me Maya? And then it switches immediately from Maya's model to Rafa's model. And Rafa's the little assistant. And it's just like, what are you doing here, your benevolence? I'm here to help out your stupid head. You seem to be losing, and I don't want you dead.
As if this wasn't hard enough already. Nice try. But I'll stop at nothing to find the truth.
Rafa's only investigation companion, and she's the best at it. Debatable. She's not your silly little Jill of all trades. What is that supposed to mean? Who's the Jill of all trades?
I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. I was listening to the tape later. I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence.
None of them add to the investigation like her. All others are just there to be charming and someone to talk to, so not all internal monologue. Rafa adds tension, different perspective, new info. Changes how you approach scenes. I will agree. She is a great investigation companion when we're in a situation like this of where it's a completely new land and the little investigation buddy is able to tell you all the interesting things about the land. I commend them that they were smart enough to do that. Give Nick a local. That's the point. But I still have ties to other characters. I haven't finished this game yet, so I'm not fully invested in her. But I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the game, I am like you. But, like, none of the others changed the scene. Okay. Listen to the tape later. Okay. I want to throw something at this, but we're not in the thing anymore. I don't know how I would, like, throw the sound of just, like, we heard the sound of the clock, but I don't have that as evidence. You don't have to, like, have to change how you approach a scene because Apollo's there. It's not a reaction you only have because Trucy's there. Not info you get because Athena's there mostly. You prefer whoever, but Rafa's the best. Yeah. I can definitely see why people wouldn't like it because it makes Nick more dependent on a side person and not all-knowing or trying to figure it out. It's just like, what is this?
That is a, you know, a shrine to the dead. It's what we do here, Barbed Head.
Alright.
Objection!
Nah.
Please take a look at this piece of evidence. Anything come to mind?
Are you ripping a hole in the space-time? Ooh, tricky Phoenix, right. I am a dead spirit. I go beyond timelines.
Hold it!
Not even saying best character, but best at the role. I would need them all lined up after playing the games to make my own judgment. It's a bit too early for that.
You were entertaining His Majesty and his family during the crime.
Indeed, my wife, Believe, was treating them to her wonderful home cooking.
Your wife was there that day.
Why, yes, she was in the kitchen cooking up a storm the entire time.
Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day.
She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day.
So, the judge never saw Miss Emile. Should I have Abbot Emily add that statement to his testimony?
Also, best defense bench companion is still yet to come. There's only two cases after this. And there's supposedly a clown showing up somewhere also in that time frame. Unless this special defense companion is only in the DLC case, because I keep forgetting that's one.
As you wish. My wife, Believe, was in the kitchen cooking the entire time.
Hold it!
What was your wife making that day?
The menu that day featured Hatin Surprise,
and Melten Mort. Melten Mort.
They're both traditional Koreanese dishes.
I can't even begin to imagine what those are.
Oh, yes. Oh, the exquisite zest of Hatchin Supais and the supreme texture of Melten Malt. Ah. Lady Emi's cooking that day was utterly unforgettable.
Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left,
Hold it!
You were everything from a recording.
Indeed. Each night, I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret.
Well, you're dead now, so... Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone?
Long years of aesthetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear.
Practicing Karahinism improves your hearing?
Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus and attain inner peace, all 5 senses can be sharpened.
Why? The warbed over the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it? Give me a break. Give me a cough break.
Hold it!
Hold on. Are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot and Ms. Fey?
I'd say that was the most reasonable conclusions under the circumstances.
Or perhaps Acolyte Fey has an alibi that you can prove? I'm afraid not.
Then I suggest you make like a mollusk and clam up. Now, I will continue my testimony if I may.
Hold it!
A loud noise. I'd say that's worth looking into.
It was a terrible crashing sound. A poor Acolyte Zealot must have felt so heavy.
How'd you know it fell on him? You said you didn't hear any voices.
It must have been the sound of that stone slab falling over.
Should I have him add it to the testimony?
Yep, make it a long testimony.
Please add that statement to your testimony.
As you wish.
Hold it!
You believe that terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zealot's death?
Yes, the sound, no doubt, was poor Zealot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul. Zon Shirei, Mutami Yoma.
I had high hopes for that young man's future.
Shirei, Mutami Yoma.
Why do I feel like such a jerk for trying to do my job right now?
Mr. Wright. Do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight can be.
This isn't going so well. I better ask him about something else. I'm curious about him, me. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after His Majesty left?
Yes, I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always had.
And the victim's body?
It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it and anything else incriminating.
So, when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does in this photo. Yes, I would say that is how it appeared that day. So the stone slab had been put back in place.
Mr. Wright, is it not time to concede defeat?
No, wait. I just need a little more time. The bailiff is still on their way.
If you insist.
Oh, that worked? Thank you, Your Majesty. I guess you haven't had this much action before in the court, so you're more lenient?
Of course, this is quite entertaining. I mean, this mystery's unraveling. I don't even have to do a thing. I just sit here and watch.
Like a chat member.
Precisely.
Family photo.
Objection!
Is something the matter?
Sorry, that scream just sort of slipped out.
Bap, 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 bap. I don't know about trials in your country, but we refrain from such rash outbursts here. Perhaps this will deter any future urges you might. Hey, I'm not done talking! Hey!
Sorry about that. I fell asleep for a moment and the terrors caught me. I haven't slept in Why haven't you done that, doll? You need sleep. Oh, that was... Oh, okay. That was Phoenix. Sorry about that. I fell asleep for a moment and the terrors caught me. I haven't slept in 5 days. This is the Josh in-universe bit. Okay. I need to preface it with like a name and then the colon before.
Objection!
Oh no, not like that! Why does everyone leave the X out of my name? I don't know what to use here. Oh no. Is this the photo of the banana
Objection!
moment?
Objection!
It is. I think photo over something about Stonefall, no? I don't know for sure.
About Emmy, you said, and I quote, "Poor Zalat. It must have felt so heavy." Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like this. Did it not in this photo? You said like it looked like it did in this photo. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. Yes, that man has massive boob. He developed them pretty fast in the last year or two. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zealot, impaling him on the warp statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her benevolence's divination seance earlier.
Would the defense please get to the point?
My point is, simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death.
I still don't see your point.
I'm saying that the High Priest knew.
Whoa! New art!
He knew how the victim was really killed.
Wait,
And that is information only the real killer could have known. I definitely saw it that time. I've got the High Priest spirit shaking in his boots, or should I say sandals?
Objection!
Need I remind you, Abat Imi was with his majesty at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer. That's true. So he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed. Something only the killer could know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow?
well, Mr. Wright, we're waiting for an explanation.
I was just getting to that. Time to think of something real quick. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because he was being channeled earlier. He heard it during the trial. He inferred it after the fact. He heard it from the real culprit. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer.
The real killer?
Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but this is the only possible explanation.
So, tell us, who is the real killer?
It's gotta be someone close to the High Priest, someone without an alibi. Would the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. There's 4 Slim Shadys in Fortnite.
Well, there's one Slim Shady in Fortnite, and there's 3 other M&M skins. You can have a full squad.
The person most likely to be Zealot's killer is Dicerebal. No, I just.
Take that!
Who's Slim Shady? Oh, Slam Shitty. Who's Slam Shitty? I read it the wrong way round, okay? Who's Slim Shady? You know, Eminem, Rap God, Venom, Godzilla, / J. Hey, I say stuff like that all the time. I don't blame people of just like, you don't know this? Unless it's like truly obvious. And Eminem, you could like not hear rap and don't know who he is. Or not equate the name to the songs. I freaking love the minigun. That is such a funny idea. The words of Rap God being the little bullet sounds for a minigun. It's such a funny, goofy idea.
Your Majesty, while you were visiting the High Priest's home, you didn't see Miss Imi at all, did you?
I know who he is. I just wanted to draw attention to funny
Slam Shitty. Slam Shitty, his wrestler alter ego.
No, I never saw her, but what does that have to do with anything?
Did the High Priest ever leave your sight?
No, we were talking the entire hour. And the food was brought right to the room's entryway.
So the High Priest has an ironclad alibi, but his wife does not. What the devil are you insinuating? I'm insinuating that Miss Imi might have killed Acolyte Zealot.
Sounds like she was cooking up some crime.
Just unfocuses.
Sounds like she was cooking up some crime. Oh, sorry. Bot and me, return to me.
Whoa. The fuck?
Objection!
You have a lot of nerve making such a baseless allegation. Burger? Why is it a burger? Does this woman never brush her teeth? She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her. No, we can't entirely discount the idea. And besides, that is ridiculous, because you are saying that Maya, who had the exact same amount of time as any one of these four people, I mean, look at them. We were told Acolyte Zealot, or Real Nemu, and Maya both showed up to their house practically within a week of each other, and they lived there for 2 years. Are you saying that because she's a foreigner, she is able to discount the time they spent with these people and kill them? I am proposing the exact same thing, but you say only she could do it. They all have the same amount of time with the three, because these are one entity, and then their connection to the other two is exactly the same.
You can't love a child of a different race, don't you know that? That's how Karine operates.
Was it Maya, bitch?
It's so ridiculous. It's making me so mad at the prosecutor, Sadmahi. I hate their smug face. I truly am slowly really starting to hate them.
No, we can't entirely discount that idea.
What do you think happened to this? What do you think happened at this stage?
Racist country be racist.
Thank you, other Sadmahi. There's a hair in my mouth and it refuses to leave. There we go. Hey! What? You're the good Sadmahi. You're the good Sadmahi, Kiri. You're fun.
Especially if you consider that Miss Imi could have been the one posing as Lady Kira.
Objection!
Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot, though he was not a rebel?
Objection!
The good Sadmahi be like, I don't beat my wife. Right, Kiri?
As we all know, the High Priest was secretly a rebel. it would follow that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too.
Are you suggesting that Miss and Me killed her husband as well?
As sad it is to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out.
I'm so good, I don't even have a wife.
Right.
You're asexual. Or is it aromantic? Or is it both? I don't know. I just know you're ace in some facet.
Hey!
You claim my wife is that rebel-hunting Lady Kira, and that she slew both Zealot and myself. My lovely wife! That is utterly impossible! Kira! I have never seen the High Priest so angry!
It is as Bot-Imi stated. And the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it.
That's right, Mr. Wright. Now, apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now!
No, I am not going to apologize. The true identity of Lady Kira is a major piece to this trial's puzzle.
Ooh, did someone say puzzle? Oh, I do love a good puzzle. Luke, if you could, bring me a nice picorat to chew on. You said you had a puzzle for me?
Get out!
Yes, sorry. Another time?
Maybe. Admit it, Bot-Imi. Your wife, Lady Imi, killed you. Yet even now you continue to lie in an effort to protect her.
How absurd. It appears that the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira. For we were blessed by her holiness, and she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother. I completely forgot about that. That abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me and Acolyte Zealot was the accused. This is bad. I can't give up now.
If we find someone we like, of our own kind guilty, we wouldn't kill her anyway. So might as well be Maya still. Another time. If they found out Maya's Lady Kira, they'd let her off. Why is he cosplaying Maya? Kind of the other way around. Maya is channeling this dead man. Maya is channeling this guy.
Holy shit!
Yeah, made a whole joke about female presenting nipples when he first took over the body.
Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. How could a weak young woman like her possibly? You foolish oaf of a lawyer. If only you were as blessed as Lady Imi. What? Are you trying to get me impreg? Surely the accused possesses the strength, or should I say, the power. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels. What are you talking about?
My good prosecutor, I see you have come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight.
Then you have figured it out as well, Bot-Imi?
Yes, I have figured it out. Have you figured it out?
Yes, I have figured it out. Have you figured it out? May I ask you to explain it to this putrid-brained lawyer? I was so thinking about the thing, I fucked up the word brained. Yeah, that's...
Certainly, for I cannot allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. Foreign devil! Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how Maya Fey is the murderous Lady Kira. Well, if it would assure your assuage your anger, then by all means, please testify. Acolyte Faye channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it.
"2 years ago. She didn't know the name 2 years ago. Ass wage. Sorry, I don't know how to speak.
So she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels amongst us. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman.
So it wasn't Maya, but... Do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. This is the only way the accused could have defeated one rebel after another.
Indeed. I am a living, or shall I say, dead, proof of her terrible power. Oh, come on!
Maya's ability to channel spirits. It's come back to haunt her. Great. This hamburger helper is filled with a side of ghosts. Now, is it not time to let it go and move on, Defense? No, never. I'll never give up. Now what? Think. How can I prove that Maya kind of channeled Lady Kira?
Wow, we've got 8 people watching this. Amazing! I think that's the highest number I've had yet. Maybe don't say never, my guy. There's a difference between almost there and I'll never concede. Then it's just like, okay, we'll end it now. Well, that's the thing. Phoenix barely does half measures. Because he needs to show that he has no doubt in his client.
Hold it!
My client channeled Lady Kira. Isn't that a little far-fetched?
Far-fetched, you say? Why, the very fact I am here proves she has the power to channel spirits.
Yeah. But you've no proof she's actually channeled Lady Kira.
Oh, but I do. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name.
While it's true she may be capable of channeling Lady Kira, I doubt there's any proof she actually did.
We are talking about the infamous rebel hunter here. The modern-day Lady Kira has captured many a rebel all by herself.
and among them have been more than a few great warriors. But the real Lady Kira could have accomplished such a feat.
It would be difficult for a mere mortal. That leaves the real Lady Kira of legend as the only likely answer.
Indeed. Is this not proof enough that the Lady Kira of legend has been channeled?
Are we gonna find out that this guy is a spirit channeler? That'd be interesting. Ouch, that pose. Yep. Phoenix is very worried about Maya having, like, back issues once this is over. If they don't die.
The real Lady Kira of legend. That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one.
No, legends can be real.
Then again, the people of Khura'in believe legends to be true.
Hold it!
Now, if you said, like, this is the real Sherlock Holmes, and you're saying, like, this is exactly the one from a book, then legends are real. Take a look at the Legend of Zelda. Very real. Thank you, Kiri. Thank you for this nice piece of evidence. Pat, pat, pat. Good fox.
Lady Kira is an actual person? Do you really believe there ever was a woman that powerful? You sexist country. One capable of battling rebels much bigger and stronger than herself? There is no way to prove that. But to doubt the existence of Lady Kira is to doubt Khura'inism itself. It is not for us to question. We must simply believe.
Yeah, how dare you doubt our legends?
You'll regret saying that, you Polkun Khan.
Good. Nick, I hate you.
I won't get anywhere until I can refute their claims with some evidence.
Nick deserved that, though. Yeah, that's why I was jeering with them.
Hold it!
But they're also saying this.
A strength far beyond any mortal woman. And just how strong would that be? You need but look at the wounds she inflicted upon my body. Though I had hoped to never have to think about that again.
Your wound.
It was pretty deep and there was a tremendous amount of blood. And while Acolyte Zalot was rather small in stature, he was strong. Never...
They said it. They said the thing. Man was small. I see Twist right there.
Ah, but why would a man ever dress up as a woman? That is ridiculous. If it is Lady Kira, then it must be a woman under the robe. That's how it works. Nevertheless, he was no match for the sheer strength of Lady Kira.
Maya's spirit channeling is proof that she's Lady Kira.
This is not good.
I'll have to prove she didn't channel the original Lady Kira. I feel I have evidence in here. Is it here? I really want to show this, because this mentions that it appeared 2 years ago. And that's when Maya showed up. She wanted to know the name immediately.
Objection!
Nope. Did I tell you about Phoenix in Project Cross Zone, where he's hired to defend Hayachi Mishima. Wait, Mishima. And a hit is put out on him. So BB Hood is trying to kill him and Maya. What is Project Cross Zone? Wait, Heihachi Mishima. Oh, Tekken! I don't know who BB Hood is. Big crossover between Capcom, Sega, Bandai, and tiny bit of Nintendo. Yeah, he's Kazuya's dad. I don't know how to say his name. He's like the character from Tekken, and I still don't know how to say his name. He's more famous than Kazuya, other than the Smash thing. BB Hood is from Darkstalkers. Are they that, like, mysterious cat thing that you can't see their face? I gotta have evidence somewhere. BB Hood is Red Riding Hood. That's Blaze Blue. What? BB Hood is Red Riding Hood, but she's packing heat. Same series as Morgana. Trans icon, Felicia. Huh? My gosh, there is so much lore in fighting games.
Objection!
The lore of characters existing.
Objection!
BB is the ball. I sent you Darkstalkers art. Huh. Could have swore there's this cat thing that's like, it's tan and orange style hoodie. It's completely black face, but you can see its eyes and mouth are red. I didn't know that was from Blaze Blue. That's Blaze Blue, not Darkstalkers. Yeah, that's the character. Okay, I guess that's Blaze Blue. Huh. All fighting games look the same to me. Sorry. Who's that there? Use the newspaper there. Racist? No, just uncultured. I don't mean it as like a mean thing. I want to learn more, but sadly, it's just like with my limited knowledge, they all look the same to me. I can't identify the differences.
Objection!
Okay, I have used the newspaper on every spot. So it's not the newspaper. What else could it be? Okay, I used the newspaper. Me when trying to clean up my dog throwing up. No!
Objection!
The Tome of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira?
Yes, indeed. For it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within.
Abat-Imi, I'm afraid you're mistaken. This could have been used to channel Lady Kira.
What nonsense! Mr. Wright, would you care to explain? What the fuck?
This is why my client could not have channeled Lady Kira.
The face!
Take that!
Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tome of Secrets. You need both a name and a face to channel a spirit.
That it can't be!
Without a face, it would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira.
Oh my!
Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false. And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder.
But then, who is the rebel hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper for 2 years?
Yes, who is this other suspect? If indeed there is one at all. Let us hear the defense's brilliant deduction. Could have been a man. Impossible! Think. The true identity of Lady Kira is the key to solving both murders. I thought Miss Me was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. And Mr. Arrebal is a rebel, so that doesn't make any sense. That leaves us with...
Mr. Wright, you have that look again. The one where you know you have to say something, but you can't figure out what it is.
This is my chance to turn up the heat.
It was me!
We'll just have to stir the pot till something floats to the top. Welcome to Dungeon Meshi. Your Majesty, I know who's been posing as the rebel-hunting Lady Kira.
You do? Are you sure about that?
Yes, completely.
I sense that I may regret this, but please go on and explain.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This has been posing as the rebel-hunting Lady Kira.
No, turn off the auto. Turn off the auto! Find the funniest answer.
I'll be your guide. Has been doing this for 2 years.
It's right in front of us. Or it's Rafa, because she has face blindness except for Lady Kira. And so the only spirit she can channel is Lady Kira. That's why she doesn't do it. That's why she calls him Barbed Head, because that's the only thing she can see. Face blindness? That's a thing. It's very difficult to remember people's faces. It's a real thing.
Sad Mahi.
Sad Maddie.
The true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek is Perez Zealot.
What's this? The High Priest's murdered disciple was Lady Kira, you say? Peace! I say peace! The defense will continue.
Yes, Your Majesty. I whittled down the list of suspects until there was only one left. And if you remove all the impossible, all that remains, no matter how improbable, is the answer.
Objection.
But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence. I assume you have evidence to back up your claim? Yes, of course. I will have something in a moment. That is, I hope so at least. Maya wasn't Lady Kira, and neither was Mizumi, or any of the other possibilities. That leaves a lot. I have the evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is this.
Holy crap. Why not Albie? Why was he a suspect though? Why not Albie? Maybe. I think that Phoenix has a companion for like half a case so far. Maybe 75%. I am surprised that we still haven't gotten the tape yet. That bailiff left and hasn't come back yet.
Look at his face! This proves he was Lady Kira.
I fail to see your point.
Okay, you can't see it. But we can! So, I'll put that in evidence later.
Take that!
This is what proves that Acolyte Zealot... This is what proves that Acolyte Zealot was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter. How absurd! What could that possibly prove? Prosecutor said, Mahi, you stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira.
Phoenix, profusely sweating. Where's that heckin' bailiff, right? What's he, my dad? Am I right?
Excuse me?
Sorry, that joke pretty much only works in my country. You stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira. And the reason you gave was that the High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. We only have milk and cigar stores in the U.S.
Yeah, my papa told me about that. Every bodega is filled wall to wall with cigars and milk. That's why it takes him so long, because he can't find the milk when he goes out to buy it here. They don't even sell them, really. They just take your dad.
But there was another member of the family who lived there. Oh no. Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning any time he wanted.
What is he talking about? It's just not possible.
Are you saying Lady Kira was not the culprit, but rather the victim? That's exactly what I am saying.
But that would overturn the entire premise of this case. This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings.
Taras looks like an Undertale character when he moves like that. The wiggling. Don't you know? Toby Fox helped make this game. Totally.
But if Lady Kira is one of the victims, who was the killer and what was their motive?
The only suspect left is Miss Emi.
Toby Fox wrote Hololive songs. He's also wrote a Pokemon song. He's just getting everywhere in Japan right now. And just the world in general. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up just like in Germany or like Brazil, just anywhere. Seeing Toby Fox anywhere is so believable now. It's just like he just showed up. It's like seeing Tom Scott somewhere. It's just like, yeah, he probably went there. Wouldn't be surprising if he actually did. He worked on Pokemon. He actually did. At least twice. Yep, and he beat Sakurai in Smash Brothers. The only suspect left is Miss Emi. And that's how Sans is in Smash, technically. Isn't that how the story goes?
And there's only one possible motive. What if Miss Emi is a rebel?
What?
Fiend, you're still bent on casting suspicion on my lovely wife! Blasphemer! You have no evidence of this. Repent for the mistrust in your soul!
Objection!
Well, you have no evidence either. After all, the dagger with my client's print on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the Plumbed Punisher theme that he heard could have been an alarm clock. What are you talking about? Oh. That means all of the evidence linking her to the crime could have been called into question.
Was Lady Emi a rebel? And did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Or was Acolyte Zealot a rebel and he was the accused and was the accused the Lady Kira who killed? I can't keep track anymore! I would say either scenario is just as likely. There could be a third, a fourth, a seventh. Who knows at this point? What are we to do now?
In a alarm clock, you say? Do you mean the one in the rebel hideout? Yes, but what of it? So that's it. What has gotten into him?
About me? Just what is so comical? I read Acolyte Zealot's real name. His real name is real name.
How dare you! Have you seen her Pixar mom hips? You want that locked away from the world? What's gotten into him after he got into Maya? Something else, also. I don't remember seeing her lower half at all. We've only got, like, upper shots of her because she's just been someone to talk to during investigation. We haven't seen her on the stand yet. Doll, have you been looking at too much fan art?
Forgive my outburst. When he gets summoned into Maya, he immediately has the urge to take his top off and do drugs and burgers.
It's just what the body craves for some reason. That has simply tickled my funny bone.
What did?
The theme song came from the plumbed Punisher clock, you say? That alarm could not have possibly gone off.
What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine the last time I checked.
Try using your head for a change, Barbed One. Would not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if an alarm kept going off?
Wait, you don't mean...
Indeed. We left the alarm switched off at all times.
No!
In that case, I'm sad to say that the defense's claim does not hold water. Would you care to respond, Mr. Wright?
This can't be happening. Not now. This should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggle. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused's strap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel hunting Lady Kira and the victim's killer.
Oh, this one should end. Madi, the fucking alarmo. That's what you think? You think it sounded like this? Well, I assure you, it did not. You think this is the final nail? We haven't even pulled up her yet. She needs to come to the stand and show off them hips. After all the others. Nayuta has so much confidence and nothing to back it up. We've only seen them lose twice now. This is kind of like Edgeworth, where it's just like, yes, they are a highly astounded prosecutor. They haven't lost, and then the Phoenix shows up, and it's just like, nah, you lose. Bad news, I made up the hips for a joke, admittedly. They won once. Oh, yeah, wait, no, Nayuta has won once, but we're still technically there. Wait, did I miss a line? I need an opening, something I can raise an objection to.
The plumbed Punisher theme song Acolyte Zealot heard in his final moments. I too heard it by the way of the listening device.
Most times the prosecutor has won, and they won once. The most times a prosecutor has won in the main series. I like how you say main series because you're completely disregarding all of the, like, investigations.
But did you really? If you had heard it, why don't you testify to the fact before? Why didn't you testify?
Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become a key matter of dispute.
Great Ace and Leighton. I'm talking about the 6. I know you're talking about the 6, but Edgeworth has won, like, all of his stuff in investigation, so prosecutor has won.
Beat that, Nayuta. I have actually won several things. Fuck off. But it's not part of the main game, Edgeworth, so fuck you right back. I don't like this.
Yes, the matter of the theme song came up before Botany was channeled.
Oh, right. Well, then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off?
Miserable wretch. That would be a pointless lie.
One easily disproven. If you check the clock, you will see that the alarm is, in fact, switched off. I, as person who investigated the scene right after you, Phoenix, totally didn't turn it off with my powers of being, you know, part of the cops. Oh, all fuck right. Back all right. You know what I mean. Come to think of it.
Huh, what a fine item. And this switch, if I'm right.
If we set the switch back into the off position before we left, I remember hearing it clearly. They have one ethic. Nayuta doesn't forge. Just be an asshole and manipulate the judge. One ethic. Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are etched into my mind. They went. Daka, don don don, don 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 don. Distinctive taiko drums in the intro. Dun dun dun, dun dun dun.
This trial has gone on far too long. The bailiff still hasn't shown up yet. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now?
By all means, and let us also return a Bottomese spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife.
Objection!
No! Fuck you! Now hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty.
Yes.
The High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence.
It is?
It's been a minute, dumbass! It's not a phase here!
Still, you writhe in defiance of your fate. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul writhing in flames.
You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now, all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with the statement that the taiko drum intro.
Bam!
And I would know. I tortured souls. This is what's inconsistent with his statement. My client's plumbed Punisher strap.
What does that have to do with anything?
It plays the plumbed Punisher theme song. By the way, our religion is mostly wrong. Everyone the Queen doesn't is mostly wrong. Everyone the Queen doesn't let us say that, but I'm not the Queen. And here it is, the theme to the plumbed Punisher, warrior of the Neo Twilight Realm. Do you see what I mean?
It doesn't play it at all. What are you talking about?
The music the victim heard in his final moments might have not been the plumbed Punisher theme song.
Huh? I'm afraid I'm not following you. What was it not... Was it... What was it if not the plumbed Punisher theme?
Gotta make sure. The prayers of the people. The song for the dance of devotion. That was the first one. The Steel Samurai theme. I know that theme song anywhere. My boyfriend has a special interest of it. there are no taiko drums in the intro of the Plumbed Punisher theme. So what Acolyte Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. There's a Steel Samurai too?
Peace! Peace! Peace, I say! Mr. Right! What is this Steel Samurai of which you speak?
The Steel Samurai, the warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, is an action hero show from America. The Plumbed Punisher theme is a total... is very similar to it. If you don't know the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two.
Marvel does actually have a Silver Samurai, actually.
But the fact that Acolyte Zealot heard music from the American action show is irrefutable evidence that the accused is that the accused was in the secret hideout.
Actually, no. You have it backwards.
Backwards?
That's right. Ms. Faye met an avid Plumbed Punisher fan here in Kurine. And as a token of their friendship, well, supposed friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the Plumbed Punisher strap. You should have paid attention to your wife's interest, bitch.
No! We don't listen to each other. How do you think we've been married for so long? I hate my wife. That's the joke, because it's real. Right?
No.
No!
Love who you want to love, people, but make sure you love them. Don't fake it.
And this avid Plumbed Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot?
Yes. And that avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife. Believe in me.
Objection!
Do you have evidence to back up this claim, Mr. Wright? For as forgiving as the Holy Mother is, I doubt she would tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander. I suggest you prepare yourself to face Her Holiness's wrath. Oh, I'm prepared to turn this entire case upside down, that is. This is my last chance. I'd better take a deep breath and review the evidence.
Very well then. Please present your evidence if you would, defense.
The evidence that proves Miss In Me was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is this.
I do love how the latency is just long enough that I can look down at my phone to read the rest of the line whenever I go and save.
Take that!
Nayuta.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Emma. Huh? She's already not tolerated 8 thinks, dumbass. Will she tolerate all your wrongful convictions?
Huh? Huh? Stop being mean to me! You won't grow. You will sit here and wither. Unchanging. Unlovable. It's right here in this family photo. Proof that Miss Emi and Ms. Faye traded items featuring their favorite characters. A family photo. They're not related! And what exactly should we be looking at here?
Pointing segment.
The proof that they exchange items featuring their favorite characters is right here.
Ooh, here's it. Next to the old family photo of the dad has Nayuta. looking the exact same as they do now, next to Tiny Apollo. Madi was already 6 feet. I thought Madi was 5'11". But they say they're 6 feet. But this is tricky. Because I don't know which one you're supposed to point to.
Take that!
Please look at Miss Imi's left wrist. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. Which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch.
They're 6 feet. You just can't see it under the bench.
Why, I never knew your wife had such hobbies about me.
This family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap. Don't call it that. Had the plumbed charm. There we go. And Miss and Me had the samurai watch.
Why, I never knew your wife had hobbies about. Neither did I. What?
The Punisher, what? Yeah, that's the joke we've been making the entire time through this case. This thing has been called the Strap the entire time.
So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Miss Imi was wearing.
I wish to amend my testimony. What I thought we were taiko drums was something else. My wife never had such a watch. It's the truth I tell you. You must believe me, your majesty.
Satorai Mao Mandomo Samashi de Tashi no Ketare Gaseo Soroka!
Be not be deceived by the defense's loyally chicanery. What? I thought you were going to be on my side for a second, you... Believe in me!
Now, what? Where is that fucking bailiff?
Oh, I had him killed. They've been pretty quiet up to this point. What do they have up their sleeve? There is a big, gaping hole in his flimsy claim. A big, gaping hole? I don't think so. Oh no, I'm afraid it's there, all right.
The Bailiff Culpability Act kicked in. Warning, Nayuta!
Just like the big, gaping holes in your putrid brain.
Not that Nayuta would know anything about big gaping holes. Emma sighs. He never wants to see the murder wounds where the blood comes from. It's so cool to just drop some luminol testing fluid in there and just see it light up like a Christmas tree. This fuck has something with stinky cheese and holes. Real.
My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes, thankfully. I'm not a zombie after all. Says the dead lawyer walking. He who is narrow of vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture.
Tidbit was what? Was what? What did I do?
Or, as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. Almost.
A zombie? Ah, yeah! I was a zombie. You were a zombie, doll.
For, if it is as you said, and Lady Imi, the rebel, slew Acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira, then the rebel hunter would have been dead before the high priest was slain.
Ah! Wait, that means The High Priest could not have been slain by the rebel-hunting Lady Kira.
How could I have missed that?
Oh yeah, I missed that too.
So, tell me, who are you going to say killed the High Priest now? No!
Oh no. Oh no. We just hit a snag with only 1 hour left. How will we get past this?
Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that riddle your putrid brain? Ugh. I'm in hot water now. I don't have any other suspects in the High Priest's murder.
I think you're nearing the end of the case. Ish. Yeah, we still haven't gotten the piece of evidence from the bailiff, so.
You mindless zombie. You should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Let it go and move on. No, I will never give up. I just need to think things through and figure it out. Who really killed the High Priest?
Oh, we're at the end. Cool.
We need a Deus Ex Machina now.
Real.
His face looks so stupid from that angle. He wasn't designed for 3D.
He has a face for a Game Boy. Not this. Also, technically, this is a Deus Ex Machina of just Mia coming from the grave and going, think about it. That's what they mean when they say turn your thinking around. It's just like, think about it.
If Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the High Priest. So the question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of this case in order. What evidence could tell me about the crime seen before the murder? The spring was stained red before the rite. Oh, right. Maya said that the spring had been stained red before the rite even began.
In order to what? I'll say now you might want to save next case for next stream if you get there early. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The spring was already red before the High Priest's murder because of... The spring was stained by Zealot's blood. That's right, Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the rite, and his blood had flowed into the spring. Wait a sec, the High Priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout, so why didn't he report it to the authorities? If Maya had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the High Priest inform the authorities right then? If he reported Zealot's murder, the authorities would find out about the hideout. That's what he was worried about. But by going through with the rite, the High Priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to?
Oh! Interesting. Did he try and... Oh.
Did he want to kill Maya? But he had any number of other chances to do that. The fact that she's still alive must mean he wasn't out to kill her. Why did he go through with the right? He wanted to set up the crime scene to conceal the hideout. But how was he planning to conceal the source of the blood from the spring?
With the right, she's cleaned of the blood. Oh, come on.
Maybe he tried covering up with Maya's blood? No, that can't be right. Maya didn't have any scratch on her.
Oh yeah, he cut his own wrists. I forgot whose wrists got cut. Girl, you don't need to save. It's okay. I realize that. We're in the safety of Phoenix's mind.
He concealed the source of the blood with his armor. That's how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. It's all starting to fall into place. I know who killed the High Priest. It was... Trust's death was a suicide. Suicide. I can't believe it. The High Priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret.
How can he trust his wife if he can't trust himself? He committed suicide.
The High Priest wasn't murdered by anyone. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What?
What's this? The High Priest committed suicide? I have never heard of anything more absurd.
The lawyer has placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. Its putrid gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic. What hole? Ah! You still fail to understand. You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. This has never been an option in this universe. This is a new concept to them. What hole? But not as large as your butthole, buddy. Did you check that recently? You think I know what any of these holes are? You claim the High Priest took his own life. But have you considered who brought the dagger to the Plaza of Devotion? After the High Priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte Zealot's dead body. Only the accused Maya Fey could have done that.
Emma sighs again.
It is as Prosecutor said Mahi says. Your claim is rather porous in its logic. And your evidence is too weak sauce. You can't prove that the High Priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideout.
They're right, the dagger was impaled in Zealot's body. But his body had been placed in the plaza the previous day.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you care to respond?
Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the right. What if the dagger was already in him at that time? The dagger was never in the inner sanctum. It was moved by Maya. It was moved by Turrust's soul. Turrust died by a different weapon. Of course, that's it. What is it? You? Haha! What? No! No! There was no need to move the dagger. He had already been stabbed into Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the rite.
What? So that means. What does that mean?
That means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life.
Objection!
But no weapon was ever found at the inner sanctum. If you will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion.
Dangerous bird, just like me.
Show us what you believe the real murder weapon to be. The real weapon. I've got nothing. I knew there had to be a weapon there. Maybe if I think back to the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need.
Well, would the defense care to tell us what the real murder weapon was?
We all assumed it was the dagger, but we never addressed the fact the warped bird is the reason the dagger is shaped like that.
You removed your message doll, but I already read it.
Take that!
What really killed him has been at the inner sanctum all this time. And its lethality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right, it's the Warp Statue!
You believe that statue claimed both victims' lives? We've had this exact convo with Namu.
Would you care to chime in, Abat Imi?
No. He lies. Pay no heed to.
Why, it's...
Lady and me.
Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough?
Believe no! Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing. She's just a woman. Please, Abat in me, let your wife speak. Now, Lady Imi, please continue if you would.
Wait, I just realized.
Her pregnancy is making her crazy.
If
She's being piloted by the baby. He's the real killer.
You know, if Abat Imi really actually tried to kill Maya, if he came back from the dead, it's just like, well, I would be tried for this. Takes and tries to stab Maya's body. Are we in Greenhorn or what? What a bunch of assholes! Local joke, Lamau. Yep. Wait for the Jamboree video to come out. Metopia. Be very interesting. Someone gets channeled and they're like, wait, I hate this channeler. Stabs self. This series has been about New Yorkers. It's that time again.
And what time would that be?
2:30 in the afternoon. The time my husband conducts his daily prayers, and the time Pare was slain.
That sound! It's taiko drums!
The Steel Samurai Alarm.
I, too, like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So I set an alarm to remind me each day, but I had no idea it would come to this. Just like the Spin Doctor song about 2:30. Just noticed her shark tooth necklace. You mean like what everyone has? Oh, you can't see everyone's necks.
No, stop! She knows not what she speaks!
Your Majesty. The rest are balls. Hers are teeth. There's someone else with teeth. I've seen it. Someone else has teeth here. I've seen it. Wait. It's in evidence. I have evidence to show it. Teeth. Teeth. We all have teeth. Thank you, Kiri. Yes, we do indeed all have teeth. And that is how I'm able to say the word teeth. There's someone else with teeth. I've seen it. Someone else has teeth. There it is. There's the tooth. One giant, clamorous Timmy Turner tooth. And another one. And this weird mutated one. Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot. Damn!
What in me?
Everyone act shocked!
Bailiff, summon a physician at once! The physician is now attending the high priest. So there is no need to fear. He won't bite you. New York City Human Resources Administrator. Hurrah! Now, let us continue.
And what about the half of him called Maya? That's still among the living.
Miss Imi, will you tell us everything you know?
The truth is, I am a rebel, just like my husband. This tragedy unfolded before the rite, during the Feast of Blessings. I had gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Dot's escape.
And that's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared.
Yes. Puree was shocked when he saw me enter there.
Acolyte Zealot did not know you were a rebel?
I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout.
And then I suddenly came face to face with Miss Imi. So, the true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira was Puree Zealot?
Yes. He was a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice.
The secret police?
And this is what he said to me. Imagine being like, "Hey, Mom, what's up here? You a communist or something?" And she just kills you immediately. And this is what he said to me. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. He was using his position within the secret police to deal with us rebels a heavy blow. But murder sanctioned by the Crown is still murder.
Yeah, even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve. So I'd watch it if I were yours. 'Cause you got a different attitude. Like one of them dragon dopies.
He only says bodega in flashbacks, like a Pokemon. As funny as that would be, I I like doing the silly voice. It fits his like true personality of this tiny man using all the power he can.
The trick up Minister Ingda's sleeve was Lady Kira.
No, this can't be. My father would never.
This must be a bolt out of nowhere, out of the blue for Rafa.
This explains why Acolyte Zalat abandoned his real name.
Yes. He even went as far as covering up the tattoo that all Carina's clergy members receive.
Lady Kira was a member of the secret police? And I didn't know? I wanted a fucking autograph!
My father once told me, bodega, 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 changed my worldview.
That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks. His attacks, since we now know the real face of them. I guess Nayuda is fucking evil. I guess I'm not alone in hearing this for the first time.
But, this cannot be.
Is this true? The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder?
Peace! Now! Lady Emi, please continue.
Funniest she I ever heard. Puree suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the stone slab towards him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur.
Allow me to take it from here.
And y'all shocked that your country is corrupted? Tisk.
Watching me? Are you sure you're all right now? I have the body of a spry young woman who only eats burgers. Of course I'm in perfectly good. Oh my gosh, she flatlined! I'm sorry you had to see that.
Maya's not healthy.
That was the joke.
He doesn't know about the drug history. I don't even know about the drug history. What are you going on about?
But you need not worry about me. I am already dead.
Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life.
After I had learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zalat, I chilled his body with snow to make it seem like as if he died more recently than he did. Then I later moved it to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted the dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at that time, for it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything was wrong until the rite had concluded.
Nick knows. Imagine, like...
It is perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time, after all.
Whoops! Wife killed your son, and now you have to frame your daughter to save her. Reminds me of Vision from Marvel.
Oy. So, you admit you tried to pin this crime on Maya Fey.
Yes, this was all my doing. I never told my wife my plan, for surely she would have tried to stop me.
How did you get Ms. Fey's fingerprints on the dagger?
I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before. And right before the rite, I drugged her with a sleeping agent. Then I put Lady Kira's robes over the wobbed statue.
That means Maya was probably already groggy by the time the rite started.
Finally, I ended my own life to ensure that the crime would appear to have been by Acolyte Faye's own hand.
Sanmahi's score is back to 0.
I had to slip her 6 times before they even took a tiny bit of effect. And then I did 3 more just in case. I underestimated her resistance. But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How did they end up there if they were on the statue? After I impaled myself on the statue's dagger-like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed the robes, taking them with me as I fell onto the ground. Her dopamine receptors were shot.
I was always confused. They say feathers, but like, it's not like the beak? If you look, the beak's over here. He's stabbed on this part. That looks like the knife. But the knife was based on the beak. See the beak? Perfectly straight. The knife? Straight beak, curved dagger.
Get good at investigating evidence, doll.
The beak is not straight on the dagger. Statue's been there longer.
How terrible! What possessed you to do such a thing? Maya Faye's spirit? What? No. Mia Faye's spirit.
You needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused. We already have accused her. You didn't need to go to such lengths.
Prosecutor said Mahi. As one well versed in our kingdom's legal system, which is simply point and go guilty, you should know. I would expect you of all people to understand.
Understand what?
This kingdom's legal system. Miss and me's crime. Your suicide. It can't be. That would be sadder than sad.
Why, I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks.
Yes. I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life.
Take that!
The Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Mrs. Inmi's killing of Acolyte Zealot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Faye.
I fail to see what that has to do with his suicide. It's just so stupid.
In Khura'in, the divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest wanted to frame Ms. Faye as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments.
The lawyer speaks true. That is why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the warped statue. I made it seem that the Acolyte Faye was the rebel-hunting Lady Kira.
But are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence?
Forgive me your benevolence. But it was the only way to help my lovely wife. She got so hot after she killed a man. It was like, oh my gosh.
If you had approached me first, I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense.
Perhaps. But I had little faith in lawyers, despite being a rebel.
How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. Never trust a lawyer. My father sucks! There must have been other ways to cover up the crime.
Yet I had done so. My wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act. I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man.
This can't be. All I have done under the law of our kingdom, it has all been...
Poor Rafa. She's really taking this hard. She's taken it hard like every time she's been in court. Poor child. But I can't say I'm surprised.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, it is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law.
I just want to point out, the bailiff still isn't here. Unless, now that we know there's a secret police, it would not be surprising if the Justice Minister is like,
You bailiff, don't you dare give that piece of evidence. It proves too much.
and yet Phoenix was still able to do it without that piece of evidence.
Of course, I'll do whatever I can.
What have I done to you, what I have done to you and Acolyte Faye is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble of apologies. Your Majesty. Yes? I ask that you please look after my wife. You have my word. Your benevolence. It is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. Your Magitama of parting, if you please.
Very well. Your benevolence. Please, allow me the honor. Yes, it'll be more fitting for you to send him on his way.
Missing me.
Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you one last time. Thank you for everything.
I am sorry to leave you like this, my love.
But now you can watch over me from the world beyond. Okay, all jokes aside of just like, oh, they both don't know each other. This is really sad. This is pretty sad.
Yes, always and forever.
With every breath I take, my darling, I will be thinking of you. Woo! She gets a cutscene. Dang, this game does not cheap out on stuff. But it also makes me think Maya's not gonna channel again.
I'm keeping the hair.
Ah! I instinctively looked away and closed my eyes when I saw it floating up. Farewell, my darling Torust. The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm. Whoa, what is up with the vibe here? Also, who are you?
Maya!
What? What?
How do you not recognize her?
Oh, sorry. I don't remember anyone after doing a spirit. Oh, it's you! Missing me! You look different with that veil over your face. I feel great. I guess that means he didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh! But what about the trial, Nick? What's going on?
It's over. We're dead.
What?
It was a sad reality born of love, and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act.
Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I owe a debt to you. One that I will pay back in court someday.
Now, to deliver today's verdict and overturn that of yesterday's trial, with respect to all current and previous charges against them.
Ooh. Maya had like 14 warrants out for her arrest, but now she's clean. I killed a lot of cows to make burgers, Nick. I just needed them.
I hereby declare the accused Maya Fey and her defense, Phoenix Wright, not guilty.
May 12th. 420, blaze it! High Court of Khura'in, accused lobby.
So, I was thinking, Nick, the legal system here is really stacked against the defense. It's totally unfair.
Yeah, it even forced the High Priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife.
It's just so sad.
To protect the status quo, or join the revolution. The real Lady Kira were here. I wonder which side she would take. Your benevolence.
Huh? What?
I was, just wondering. Are you alright?
Quiet, you! How could I possibly be alright?
Yeah, she's not doing well at all.
Who do you think you are? Suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insides underfoot and plunging the Hall of Justice into utter chaos! You even desecrated my mother and father's teaching, you soulless infidel!
Oof. That was a bit more extreme than usual. But she didn't go to her father's accent. I wonder if she's growing.
What am I to do? I always had believed that communing with a victim's mitama would lead me to the absolute truth. But each time you overturned my insights, it was revealed that they served to support false charges rather than the truth. I am left now with that heavy truth in my heart.
I am sorry, Reifa.
Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voices of the Mitama. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence.
What?
Oh, it was Maya.
Maya?
How dare you? Your role is to bring forth the voices of the Mitama into our world. If you don't do it, who will? You know nothing, Maya Fey! It was a spirit channeling, not a divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's secret art? But what can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours! Is it not a cruel joke? The royal priestess bested by a lowly outsider?
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Why not? It is worth at least a laugh or two. You shouldn't talk like that. Huh? Listen, your benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? That station of Royal Priestess is not something to abandon lightly. The station of Royal Priestess? The people of your kingdom believe in you. But if you really mean all that you just said, then what are you supposed to believe in? You know not of what you speak! Actually, I kinda do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home. A village master, you say? I did not know. It seems I owe you an apology. For even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner. It's alright, your benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me.
A future queen and a future village master. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise. Considering they may have a common ancestor. Maya's right, your benevolence.
Barbed head?
Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this last trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You've played an important role in assuring that justice was served. And besides, your insights aren't the problem here, as some people would assume. It's your kingdom's legal system of not questioning it. Just because you serve them a hot dog, it's not your fault that they keep eating it from the bun to meat to bun, instead of all at once, like a tube. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. And the Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all.
But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel. Your benevolence. As crown princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day, correct? That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true, and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I'm even up to the task. Girl! You are 14! Maya's 28! Of course there is a difference right now! Jeez! Don't look at Pearl, though. Don't look at Pearl. Don't look at Prodigy Pearl, who was able to channel spirits, like, before the age of 14. Don't look at that. Knowing you, your benevolence, you're more than capable.
I've Never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really coming a long way. She's really come a long way.
What?
What was that?
It came from the hallway. Hut, 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 hut. Smoke! We better go check it out. Hurry!
Missing me.
Mr. Wright, Acolyte Faye, I am so sorry for what transpired. You were almost sentenced to death because of me.
Was there not an explosion just now?
I will make amends by picking up where my husband left off. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. For that is the depth of my love for my dearly departed husband.
Lady and me, we got the hurry!
That voice. Is that Mr. Reval?
I must tell the people. They must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one. One built on the backs of innocents charged with false crimes under the odious DC Act. We have it in our power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly.
Hey there, PW! I wish we had more time to talk, but... Dirk, everything's ready! Let's go! Dirk?
Like father, like son, huh?
Ooh, I wonder if his arm is broken.
Wait, was that the rebel leader Dirk?
After them! Don't let them get away!
The power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly. It's the start of a legal revolution.
Hey, Nick! Hate to bother you while you're lost in thought, but there's explosions going on! But I just got this great idea!
What is it?
The Steel Samurai versus Rebel Dirk. I bet it'd make it for another awesome TV show. And if we threw the Plumbed Punisher in there, everyone would go nuts over it!
I'll never get what she sees in those shows. She is... she is probably a prolific fanfic writer. It's good to know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya.
I really like Dots. Dots is really good. See? Achievement noise. And boom! See? 3 hours! Right before the next case, so ha! Oh, wow. Really? Right at the end is when I get 9 viewers? Well, hello all! You've shown up for the end. But don't worry, this isn't over forever. I will be back next week, Monday, noon PST. So about, if you look at your clock right now, 3 hours ago. That is when I start. So, thank you all for joining. And, oh man, that was a good episode. That was a good case. There was a lot of twists and turns that I did not expect. Like, a bot in me killing himself. That I completely did not know. That was interesting. And they used the fact that you can channel spirits to get the person to say, yeah, it was suicide. So, woo! And next case. What the frick? I don't even know what we're gonna do in Karine next. Well, other than Dirk. The Dirk is here. But we still have 2 cases left. So what's gonna happen? I don't know. Let's see next week. Bye bye.